All right, hey everyone, how's it going? It's Richard again. So today's Facebook or whatever Facebook Live, YouTube Live live stream is going to be focused on the primary purpose. Hold on, primary purpose is I would say what I want to do. I can't talk. So my main goal for this live stream is to get a little bit of feedback because I realized one of my big play. Oh goodness, Raskin, good to see you on. I was gonna say one of my big plays. So, one of my big goals in the next 3 months is to create some sort of quote unquote curriculum to help people create positive habits in their lives. And so, pretty much on this stream, what I kind of need your help with is trying to figure out what are the challenges that you're going through more internally, not necessarily externally, more internally. Like challenges like, are you shy? Are you having a hard time staying focused? Are you having a hard time keeping positive habits? What are areas that you want to work on? You know, whether it's being more grateful or being more disciplined or studying harder, whatever it is. So yes, pretty much. I'll tell you what I'm planning to do. So a few years ago, like a couple years ago, I had this idea. I'm like, ooh, I want to help people build up their self-esteem. So I'm going to create some sort of course. The problem with the course is a course is kind of, it's a little bit like school, which can be a little bit boring. So my question to you is, would you rather sit in a classroom or would you rather play video games? You know, video games probably, right? So my, my point is, I want to make something that's more engaging and fun in a way of learning. And learning is kind of a, how do I say this? It could be a fun word, but it could also be a boring word. So essentially my goal is, I talk way too much. I didn't get to the point. My point is I'm creating some sort of like 15-day challenge where every single day I'm going to create a new daily challenge for you. It's going to be free. And pretty much what I want to do is I want to create a nice structure. So for example, let's say a goal is to overcome your fear of public speaking. So I might have a goal where I want to challenge you to create a Facebook Live or some sort of live stream video and post it on your social media. It could be Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever it is. So that might be one day, you know. The next day might be focusing on gratitude. So you might end up saying, you know, thinking about who in your life, maybe like 3 people in your lives that you've meant to say thank you, but you just haven't in a while. So you got to write thank you cards to them or whatever it is. So that's kind of my goal for today, is to kind of figure out what are some things that you're working on, and I want to include them into this 15-day challenge. And whether you do or not is perfectly cool. I would still like to have your ideas. That way I can get a better understanding of what are the challenges that people are going through and what are just some things that people want to work on. Maybe it's self-doubt. Maybe you don't believe in yourself. So I will create little challenges that might push you a little bit to create opportunities for you to explore and think and just have fun in the process. Okay, hopefully that sounds good to you, and I hope I have fun in the process too. My goal, honestly, this is very out of the blue, but my goal for this 15-day challenge is to just have fun. And when I say have fun, like right now, because I'm so objective focused, I'm like I want to make sure that you get value out of this. You know, I want to make sure that it's efficient. I think what I really got to do is chill the F out. Like I gotta just relax, have fun with it, do silly things, stupid silly things, and just embrace awkwardness and whatever the heck comes up for us. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. My goal is to gather some information from you, put 15 days together, be kind of crazy, wild, and it'll be fun, interesting. If you're interested in participating in the 15-day challenge, honestly, this is just the beginning phase of it. So I'll shoot me a message or just comment below like, hey, I'll be interested, you know, or give me some contact details if you're on YouTube, that is. Yeah, so I want to support and just having a fun, cool environment to do this kind of stuff with. All right. All right, so I'm going to read some comments. Adrian Firma, hey, good to see you. Let's see. Adrian says, I'm wondering what happened to your 3-point percentage. I remember you were doing that before. All right, so for those of you who don't know, I was shooting 3-point shots for 8 weeks straight. And let's see, each week I probably averaged about 1,000 shots. So I was I was in the gym for hours just shooting and shooting and shooting, and that's like literally all I did for 8 weeks straight. So the conclusion, so my goal was to go from 30% or 30 out of 100 shots and increase that all the way to 60 out of 100 shots. The conclusion is after 8 weeks and after shooting over 8,000 shots, I believe the score I hit was 56 out of 100. And I was really, how do I say this? I was a little bit disappointed because like I was so focused the final 3 days. Like I went to the gym for like at least maybe 4 to 6 hours every single day. Like I'm like, I gotta get this. I gotta get this. I gotta get this. And at the end of the day, I remember I had some sort of meeting or something. So I'm like, you know what? I maxed out as much as I can before the deadline. I didn't hit it, but I got 56 out of 100. So, or maybe it was 54. I don't remember. But it was a really cool process. Thank you for asking, Adrian. I had a lot of fun doing that little challenge. So I don't know. Maybe I'll include something interesting like that in the 15-day challenge that we're about to do too. Avi. I'm gonna go with Avi. Trade schools are definitely the best. Interesting. All right, Raskin again. Good to see you on. Hunter, I'll talk to my principal tomorrow. I have stage fright badly. I'm interested. Awesome, Hunter. Thank you very much. In that case, I think a lot of people struggle with that public speaking. Being shy and afraid to speak in front of an audience. So we'll play around with that, and probably what I'm going to end up doing is kind of reaching out to some of you, anyone who's interested in helping me develop this challenge. I'm more than welcome to have conversations, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to create some ideas, and then I want to kind of have like a little bit of a test group. Like I want to pitch them like Hunter, what do you think about doing a Facebook Live? Would you be willing to do a Facebook Live on one of the days and sing a song, or sing a song and play guitar at the same time, even though you can't sing and you can't play guitar. So my point is, I want to create a challenge that is very balanced, where it stretches you. It's going to challenge you, but at the same time, it's not going to be so overwhelming where you're like, no thanks, I'm not going to do that. So it's just finding that sweet spot. And I know there's different ways I could plan this out. Like let's do a Facebook Live. If you already know how to do a Facebook Live, like myself, because I do them all the time, maybe the next challenge for me is to sing on Facebook Live, which if you've ever heard me sing, which you've never heard me sing before, because I don't sing, that would be something that's outside my comfort zone. The point is 15 days straight of just pushing ourselves outside our comfort zone. So yeah, and I think at the end of the day, like the best way to learn is through action. It's by just pushing ourselves to do something different every single day. I'm just thinking about ideas right now. Maybe another day is another challenge. I'm giving you secrets already. I don't know if I should be doing this, but anyway, that's how I roll. So another idea I just thought about is, what if a challenge is to read or learn something new, learn something about a certain topic one day, because sometimes we're so busy with our lives that we forget to do something different and to learn. So anyway, that's as much sneak peek as I'll give you for now. We'll talk about it more, but if you want to develop and throw out ideas as we're doing on this live stream, go for it. I'd love to hear your ideas. So by the way, this live stream, we're talking about putting together a 15-day challenge, and we're also doing Q&A, so feel free to ask any questions and stuff like that. All right, let's see. Cool. So I pretty much covered everything I need to talk about in terms of the 15-day challenge. Again, if you have questions about it, let me just know. We are going to have like I don't know I think it'll be a lot of fun, and I haven't figured out how I'm going to implement it exactly, but my vision for this 15-day challenge is that it is going to grow into something really big. So it is going to be something that I kind of talk about at schools. I want to make something that's really core and powerful, and anyone who's on right now who contribute, if you contribute an idea right now, literally, this is like a legacy. Like literally, this is something I want to create, kind of like create one time and have it be the baseline where when I speak at every single school for the upcoming 2018 and in the future, I end my presentation and I'm like, hey, one thing that's really important about improving your self-confidence or whatever it is that you got to take action in improving it. So I have a 15-day challenge, and for example, whatever, do a live stream, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube live stream. So you could get outside your comfort zone. And then, they'll whatever, sign up for it. And they'll kind of every single day they'll be challenged. And of course, another thing that's really important for me is for people to kind of see people's results. So I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a hashtag or some way that people can follow. So I'm giving you the inside details of what I'm planning to do with this challenge. And I have more plans than that. I plan to create more challenges, like specific challenges towards public speaking, specific challenges towards, let's say, building self-esteem or self-confidence. These are just ideas. I still got to play around with it. That's what I'm going to leave it at. All right, I see some comments. Raskid, discipline and following deadlines. Lately, I have created a bad habit of only getting around 3 to 4 hours of sleep a night because I procrastinate my homework till 12 to 1. Yeah, no bueno. That's the 15-day challenge. Sounds like an awesome idea. Awesome, man. Dude, it's so great to see you on. Seriously. Let's see. Procrastinating. Man, I wish off the top of my head I had like some sort of resource I can give you towards procrastinating. Procrastinating is so easy to do. Like I've listened to a lot of podcasts and a lot of like really great role models that could talk around procrastinating, but in this moment I can't think of like a person I could refer you to. But if I were to think about procrastination and how do you overcome that, that's a tricky question. It's getting focused. Part of it is discipline and just pushing through the tough times. And the second piece is understanding the bigger picture, the why, and staying focused on why you get to do your homework. You know, what's the bigger picture? Okay, you got to do your homework so either A, you get better grades, or A and B, you also get to like strengthen that mental discipline that you have. So you could later use that skill further in your life. Whatever, I'm just saying stuff. Yes, on a side note, so 12 minutes ago, right when I started this live stream, was exactly when my 1 week vegan challenge ended. So for the full past week, I've been eating vegan, and it was funny. Like for my last meal, I had like some vegan burger things, patties and stuff. It was like made out of veggies, obviously, peas and carrots and stuff like that. And I was eating, I'm like, okay, this one in particular didn't taste that great, and I wanted to put sriracha on it, and I went to the fridge, got some sriracha, and I looked at the ingredients, I'm like, come on, seriously? Sriracha has sugar in it, and white sugar is not vegan, because it's processed through bone char, which I've mentioned almost on every single fun little fact that I mentioned on all the recent live streams that I've done. So, anyway, my 1 week of vegan is done, and what I learned from this, if you weren't, yesterday we talked a lot about health, but I'll talk about what I learned from this whole week of going vegan is, number one, eating healthy is not as hard as I actually thought it was. Once you start doing it, and once you kind of find your purpose of why you do it, it just flows. Like it's really not that bad. So going forward, I mentioned this yesterday, but I'm gonna repeat myself. Going forward, like this week, my goal is to stay vegetarian, and I'm going to reduce the amount of, quote unquote vegan stuff like cheese and dairy, eggs, stuff like that. So I don't know, something this past week, just doing it gave me this perspective of appreciating animals a little bit more, and understanding that whatever you want to call it, animals have feelings and stuff like that. I sound like such a hippie, but that's okay. I mean, that's the truth of what I have kind of come to the conclusion of. And it's weird actually saying it because, trust me, I've seen so many people, so many of my friends who are vegetarian or vegan, and I'm just like, wow, good for you. Like, hey, I'm still gonna eat my meat. But just by doing it, I don't know, I'm slightly encouraging, like, just give it a shot. You never know. So when I started, how do I say this? Oh goodness, I'm going to share something that's interesting. So what happened was, right before I went vegan, I went grocery shopping for quote unquote healthy groceries. And part of my healthy grocery was I bought from Costco. Costco is large, large packaging. I bought a whole 18 count of organic eggs, and I bought 6 cartons of egg whites. So that's a lot of eggs. And I bought that before deciding to go vegan. And all of a sudden, the girl that I'm dating asked me, like, hey, do you want to go vegan? I'm like, yeah, sure, I'm down. And for me, I was like, oh, I'll figure out a way to get rid of these egg whites and eggs. And at the end, I didn't know where it was going to go. You know, my brother wasn't going to eat that many, and I wasn't going to eat that many, so I didn't have a home for the eggs. So I'm like, oh, okay, in that case, I'll just return it. And crossing my fingers, hoping that they will accept it. And of course, because it's a perishable item, once I got there, they ended up, guess what? They accepted the return, the unused, unopened packaging, and they just threw it in the trash. And I was like, I felt so bad. Like, thank goodness it wasn't, how do I say this? Meat, like animals and stuff. But like, I felt so bad because, man, I don't know if you're like listening to me, if you think I'm crazy or whatever, because my old self might think I'm a little bit crazy. But literally in that moment, I just took a second and I thought about this. 18 eggs plus 6 cartons of egg whites. I don't know how many eggs that is. That's a lot of eggs. My point is, I was just thinking, imagine how hard all of those chickens had to work to produce all those eggs that I just wasted. And it just went straight to the trash. Nobody ate them. And I'm just like, dude, I felt bad. And I just felt bad the whole day. Anyway, that's a fun little story. And I think that little moment was a nice little like reminder of, you know, I guess I'm not saying don't eat animals. You know, you do you, for sure. You know, no judgment. I've eaten animals before. My main thing is, like, if you're going to eat animals, respect the animal. Like, appreciate and be grateful for whatever, the life that they lived. And goodness, I sound like a freaking PETA advocate. But that's okay. That's okay. Like, good for them. You know, it's just respect the animal. Respect that they, whatever you want to say, sacrifice their life unwillingly so you could have nutrition. That's what I gotta say. All right. Alrighty. Cool. Let's see. All right, Hunter, I need to get some sleep so I can focus on school tomorrow. I'll be willing to do the challenge, and I'll be emailing you on what my principal says. Thanks, man. Good night. Good night, Hunter. I'm pretty sure you already signed off. If you haven't, yeah, good night. And that brings another interesting challenge idea, which is what if we slept an extra hour than that we normally do, or something like that, or a minimum. Here, I'm actually going to be taking notes right now. Hold on. I'm going to take notes for challenge ideas, okay? And then I'll read your comments in a second. So, challenge ideas. Sleep, Facebook Live, plus singing. What else did we get? We had reading / learning. Some other ideas. Yeah, anyway, I'll leave it at that. Okay. Let's see. EJ Prime 4. I remember from school. Hello, good to see you. I'm not sure, EJ. I don't recognize that name quite exactly. You gotta tell me which school it is. All right, Raskid. Let's see. I've read multiple books on procrastination. Bottom line, it's way more desirable to do the easier task, such as watching Twitch, YouTube, Netflix, TV, etc. But finding a clear goal and basing that to stay on track. So yes. Perfect. So what you're saying, or what you're reading in the book, is perfectly aligned with what I'm saying, which is finding a clear goal and reason as to why you're doing something. So that's perfect. On top of that, what I'll mention is, for me, it's fascinating that I haven't touched Twitch or video games in a while. Like maybe a week ago, I just randomly hopped on YouTube and watched like very few minutes of gaming related content because I used to play League of Legends. I was just seeing like, hey, where's TSM, Team Solo Mid, my favorite team? Where are they at right now? I'm like, oh shoot, they got a roster change, and it's like, well, wow, that's crazy. Anyway, my point is, like, once you start having goals and you have like a certain direction you want to head towards, all those kind of like distractions that are fun in the moment, like Twitch, TV, Netflix, video games, all those distractions tend to hold less weight in your life. That's kind of my experience. So I'll say in my terms, activities such as Twitch, all that like mindless, fun entertainment stuff, it doesn't hold as much value to me as it used to. I used to love, like, when I eat lunch or whatever, I'm on Twitch watching people stream games. And now it's like, when I eat lunch, like, okay, so here's a funny thing. I recently noticed I don't even like turning on the television. Like, I have basic television, And I realized everything on basic television is really negative. It's like, or just very pointless in a way. No offense if you watch TV, but like, it's just like news is oftentimes negative. It's like, look, cool, wildfires, crazy fires going on in LA, plus, whatever it is, police car chases and like all this stuff is like, I respect that they report on this stuff, but in my context of my life, it's like I would rather focus on what I'm passionate about and put my energy there. It's just, there's too many things going on in the world. Might as well focus on what's going to make you happy. So literally when I eat, lunch, dinner, whatever it is, like for the most part, I don't turn on the television, even though I have that quote unquote, like that little bit of dead time where I'm eating, right? Like what else do I do? Once in a while, I'll turn on the television to see if there's any channels that have like something more relevant that I could learn something towards like my passion, which is kind of human connection and understanding people on a deeper level. So, but usually TV programs are not very good with that. So usually when I eat, either I don't watch anything or I go upstairs to my room and I watch like podcasts with like personal development stuff, and that's been feeding my soul lately, and I really appreciate that a lot. Yes. All right. More stuff. Raskid says, if I went vegan, I would probably live off high carb fruit smoothies. Yeah. So I drink smoothies every single day. Yes, high carbs. There's sugar, natural sugars in them. I do have a good amount of fruit in mine. I would say, I know you want more vegetables than fruits. Mine's a little bit of a cheat, which is like, it's like 2/3 vegetables, 2/3 fruits, 1/3 vegetables. So mine does have a lot of carbs, but what I do is, or this past week, what I've been doing is, if I have high carbs, which is fruits, my meals, I have lower carbs. So that could be a lot more greens. It could be things like tofu. What else is good? Yeah, stuff like that. More veggies and tofu. That sounds really boring, but it's really not that bad. Yes. I do enjoy my smoothie, though. It's like a nice little dessert drink, in a way. Raskid, I haven't played games lately. Usually I watch financing and programming videos. Videos, funny to say that, but now I find myself too immersed into stuff that's important to me, but not to my assignments. Does that make sense? Yeah, yes, it does. Yeah, TV programs are pretty pointless. Totally agree. Dude, Raskid, that's so cool. Sometimes I find it really interesting how the people you connect with, like Raskid, we've known each other for a while now. I remember when I was playing League of Legends, I think you were kind of playing at the same time or something like that. I remember seeing you on and playing. Sorry if that's too personal. But it's like now that I'm kind of getting my life together, it seems like you're getting your life together. But I don't know, it's like something, it just feels like the universe is aligned in a way. Like oftentimes when I'm feeling down, I talk to my friends and for some reason they're feeling all down, and then when I get my life together, they're getting their lives together. So it's interesting how all that stuff works. Okay, anyway, I don't want to keep blabbering on this stream today. Let's see, because I have a fairly busy schedule. I definitely got some work to do tonight, so I'm going to focus on that. Before I hop off, I do want to, leave this stream with some, good points or ideas and things like that. But I also want to say that I will not be streaming tomorrow because I'll be at a dinner. So I will not be streaming tomorrow, but the next time I'll be streaming is December 14th, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's LA time. So not tomorrow, but the day after, I'll be live streaming again. All right. So Raskid says, yeah, that's very interesting. Friends influence and define each other more than we know. Yes. And I'm sure you've heard this quote. I'm going to say it for anyone who's never, ever heard this quote before. We are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. So yes, that's a very, very, very popular quote, and I think it holds a lot of value. And it'll continue to be passed down for probably many generations because it holds a lot of value and a lot of truth. Yeah, Raskid, great conversation. Have fun at your dinner. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Okay, so at this moment, I'm going to go ahead and recap give you one interesting thought or question. I'm going to recap about the whole 15-day challenge that I talked about, and then once again, reminder for the next stream. So let's see, one interesting little concept or thought, or I'll think about what was the big takeaway for me that I learned today, or something like that. All right, so I have a couple thoughts. My first thought is that three thoughts. Number one is sleep. Okay, this sounds so cliche. I mentioned this yesterday. I'm going to mention it again because I think it's so important. Sleep really does matter. Like, it's not a joke. Everyone used to tell me, hey, Richard, like, sleep is so important. Hey, go to sleep early. Like, everyone used to say that, but guess what? I never listened. I used to go to sleep, whatever. Sleep is a waste of time. I'm going to go to sleep at 2 a.m. and then wake up at 6 a.m. or 7, whatever it is. And I used to sleep for like 4 hours, and that was my normal. The problem was I would fall asleep. What I realize now that I'm pushing myself to sleep about 7 hours, that's my goal. Now that I'm pushing myself to sleep 7 hours, I have so much more energy and I'm actually awake during the day. That's number one. Hold on. Continuation number one is eating healthy, exercising. I know this is so typical, and I hate, like, how do I say this? It's so annoying for me. It's not annoying, but it's just so persistent when people like, hey, exercise is good for you. Eating healthy is good for you. It'll make you feel good. It'll give you more energy. And I never really understood why people kept saying that. And I would try, I'm like, okay, fine, I'll try eating healthy for a week, but then I wouldn't feel energy. And then I would kind of give up. Now that I've actually committed to eating healthy and exercising every single day, it's like I finally get it. Like, I can't believe it took me 28 years to finally, like, actually listen to people and actually follow direction. Like, literally sleep 7 hours, exercise at least 5 times a week, 7 if you can, just 30 minutes every single day. Like, it doesn't have to be super hardcore. Just get your workout in. And then eat as clean as possible. Don't eat junk food, processed foods, sugars, don't eat too many carbs. It's just like, I know this seems tough, but really once you start doing it, number one, it's not very hard. And number two, it's like you start feeling better about yourself. Like, it really just physically, mentally, it just works. I can't believe I'm saying this. I don't know how to say it. Like, literally it's that's it. Like, just do it. You'll notice a difference after a few weeks or so, and you'll lose a lot of weight if you're trying to lose weight. So, yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. If I was listening to my own stream, like if my younger Richard was listening to this right now, I'd be like, yeah, cool. Thanks. I know you're right. Cool. I'm still going to keep doing my own thing. I get it. So if you choose to do your own thing, that's cool. It's stupid. I'm just going to be that one pestering voice that is going to remind you one more time to get you one step closer to possibly eating healthier and exercising more and sleeping more too, and on a routine schedule. That's all. You don't have to listen to me. That's okay. I'm just going to be that one annoying voice, because if you hear enough times, eventually you'll want to do it. All right. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Before I get to point number 2, point number 3. By the way, once I hit number 3, the video is over. Side note, Raskin says, side note, I see you making those gains in the gym, Richard. Keep it up. Thanks, man. I joined powerlifting this year, but have been lifting regularly for a year. It gives you confidence, in my opinion. Yes, awesome. Dude, that's so cool. It's, for me, I've never been someone who goes to the gym. Like, I hated going to the gym. I have a gym membership, but I used to only go there to play basketball because that's the only thing that was entertaining to me. Now it's really interesting. Like, I can't believe, like, I mean, I'm not super buff and stuff, but like, I can look at my arm like, wow, I got a little bump. Before it's just like this flat arm. So it's mind blowing. Like, I never thought I would ever get to this point. And honestly, I'm not putting in that much effort to maintain my body. It's like, it's just become a habit. That's all. Okay. So that's point number 1. What was point number 2? Interesting little fact or idea for today. Look, everyone has their own little style. I mentioned this already, but one thing I like to do is, so one of I have 2 daily goals, or I have a lot of daily goals, but 2 of them I could do together, which is, for me, it's like a total life hack. Exercise and learning. So my exercise is 30 minutes a day. my learning is also 30 minutes a day. So what I do is for learning, that could be reading, listening to podcasts, watching YouTube videos that are, self-help, that kind of stuff. So I just came back from the gym. That's why I'm wearing my gym clothes. And let's see, I did 30 minutes of running, 3 miles, simple. And while I'm on the treadmill, I'm listening to Tom Bilyeu, Impact Theory, listening to Tim Ferriss, just doing 2 things at the same time. And another life hack, this is another one if you don't know this one. If you watch YouTube videos, and you watch a lot of YouTube videos, you could save a lot of time by hitting the little ... if you're on mobile, or you could do it on desktop as well. You hit, you find that little, the gear icon or the ... and you increase play speed by 1.25 or 1.5 or 2 if you really want to. So you could speed up YouTube videos if you didn't know that. That's just like, for me, that's a life hack that I love using. It saves a lot of time. Yeah, so that's what I have. So that's what I do. All right, so that's what I have. Oh, I didn't talk about challenge. So challenge, and then next live stream, and then I'm off, okay? So I'm gonna recap the challenge, 15-day challenge that I'm planning. Please let me know. So the purpose of the challenge is to create a challenge for 15 days straight, where we just stretch ourselves. We just do something like, again, create a Facebook Live video so we could get over our nervousness of public speaking and feeling judged and things like that. We might have a little bit of debrief where we can talk about, what do you do after you do a Facebook Live? Like, I feel really embarrassed. Should I take it down? No, you shouldn't. We'll talk through that. So that's the 15-day challenge. Just some way for all of us to stretch ourselves. I will do the 15-day challenge with you as well. And when will it start? I don't know, maybe January 1st or something like that. We'll figure it out. It'll be in the next month or so. So that's number, 15-day challenge. Yeah, so that's 15-day challenge. Message me if you're interested or have other ideas and want to help contribute or collaborate and make this 15-day challenge amazing. So, okay, last one, and then I'm off. Next live stream will not be tomorrow, but it'll be in 2 days. That'll be Thursday, December 18th. Wait, what? No, wait, it's not December 18th. 14th. Okay, whew. December 14th, Thursday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right, I'll make a little, if you're on YouTube, I'll make a little notification as to when the next live stream is. And yes, I'll see you then. Thank you so much for hopping on, and hopefully this wasn't too boring of a live stream today. Anyway, it was less Q&A and lots of talking today, so yeah. All right, cool. Thank you again for hopping on, and I will see you in 2 days. Take care, and have a awesome evening or wherever you are in the world. Bye.